Hey everybody, it's feeding time. This is my routine. Hopefully you'll see what these silly horses are going to do. I got to go up here and get their feed. I'll leave the camera on the horses. There's, there's Honey. Just a minute, Deeza. Yeah, I know, I know. Come here. Come here. What? You're not being camera shy, are you, huh? Oh. If I don't tie Honey, she will chase Deeza off her feed. All right, Deeza, I know, you want it. There you go, girl. See, Deeza gets a senior feed. She's an old girl, and her condition was declining. And since she's such a sloppy eater, I dump her feed in that bin. She does better that way. Now Honey, Miss Brat, over here, she gets much less feed. As you see, she's tied. I'll give Deeza a chance to get started, get a head start. And Honey, thankfully, is fairly patient when she's tied. Aren't you, Honey? You're a good girl. But then I give her her bucket. See, sometimes if I have other things I got to do, like if I have to pitch hay, fluff up the hay that's in the round bale. Right now they're waiting for a new round bale to come tomorrow. They've got hay in the shelter, plus they were grazing down below. So they'll pick, if they get real hungry, they'll pick through what's around here and pick out the good stuff. Most of it's not any good anymore, but there'll be some good stuff in there. Honey's very good at picking out the good stuff. There's my good girl. Eat that. So this is my nightly routine. And here's my supervisor down here. come out and help me feed the horses every night. Don't you, Angel? Yes. Now, once we get the barn built, this will be a little bit easier, hopefully. But Honey's good. She'll stand there and let me tie her. They're into the routine right now, and routine is really important when it comes to horses. They like routine. So this is what I do every night. You know, the only time I don't do this is if it's pouring buckets, and that's because I don't have a barn, and I have no way of tying Honey in that shelter. So I just make sure they have hay, and they just go without a meal if it's pouring buckets. Okay? Or if I know that there's going to be rain about this time, I'll feed them earlier, or I'll wait till after it stops raining. It all depends. Skipping one meal is not going to hurt them any. Dee's is doing really well since I started feeding her the senior feed. I've had hands on her, checking her, because when they get fuzzy like this, you can't really necessarily tell what their condition is. So I've had my hands on her, checking to make sure she's got good condition. She's got good coverage on her ribs. Her backbone looks good. Her hips look good. So she's doing real well on the senior feed. Honey, again, I've had hands on her, but I don't have any problems with her. She keeps weight on pretty good. Is that good, Honey? Bucket's empty. You can't get the smell out. It's empty, honey. There we go. I'll pick the buckets up after she's done eating. She's cleaned that up pretty good. Then, of course, after I unfasten Honey, she'll come over here. She'll move Deesa off of here, and she'll check to see if Deesa's dropped any food around the bin. And she still does drop a little bit, but she mostly cleans up, I'd say, about 98% of it. She likes it. She's on the senior feed. I just went for the cheapest for now, the Do More. She likes it. She's doing well on it. Honey she doesn't really need the grain, but it's incentive for keeping her in the routine. She'll stand there patiently and let me put the halter on her and tie her. She wants her grain, and she knows that's what she's got to do before she gets it, okay? So she gets a very low protein, low fat feed, and just like, one of those red Solo cups, less than one of those. Come summer, I'll probably reduce her even more because she doesn't need it at all. And we'll see how Deesa does. She may get cut back on her grain too come the spring. Right now, we're just coming out of that deep freeze we had. I had her bumped up a little bit on her grain, because that's a complete feed. The senior feed is a complete feed, and they can eat more of it. It's got some forage included in it. So I bumped her up a little bit because of the deep freeze, just to give her that little bit extra, a few more calories. Even Honey got bumped up a little bit. Not nearly as much as Deesa, but still. And now that it's going to be really warm, I've cut them back a little bit on the grain. She's doing really good. Honey's doing awesome. And they've gone down into the lower pasture. Yesterday and the day before with defreeze, they pretty much hung up here with the hay, which is why it's pretty much gone, and which is typical. And they even had hay in the shelter, they just, when it's cold like that, they need the hay, just continuous hay. And that's what they got. So, and they did move off and go down and get a drink. They know where the water is, so they did move down there and go get a drink. I saw them do that twice a day, in the morning and at night. They may take off down there after eating this grain. I think they were heading down there when I came out. They'll probably head on down there and get a drink. Oh, looks like these is about done. Clean that up pretty good today, Lisa. Okay, there's a good girl. That there. Whoa. A little tricky down here with this frozen logs. Yeah, she didn't leave a drop, did she, honey? Not a drop. All right. I'm debating whether or not to tell you all this. But Honey's on alert. It's not intense, but she's paying attention. Now that I'm starting to talk, she's going to pay attention to me. But a couple of weeks ago, I came out on my front porch before daybreak. Now we have a security light up here. It shines all night. Comes on automatically, goes off automatically. Okay? And I can see the horses if they're up here. I can see them, see what they're doing, kind of. And Honey was staring intently at the top of my driveway. It's like, that's odd. What is she staring at so intently? Now she's staring out back here. Now it could be deer she's hearing, because there's been deer back here, and she alerts for deer. Usually if there's dogs, I'll hear the dogs, but I'm not hearing any dogs. But she's definitely alerting on something. But that morning, she was staring at the top of the driveway. It's like, that's very odd. I mean, she was hyper-focused, intent. So I shone my flashlight up there. When I did that, a car started and the headlights came on. This is before the sun was up. I mean, it wasn't even shimmering. There wasn't even a hint. It was pitch dark. Pay attention to your animals. They know what's going on before you do. Right, honey? obviously it wasn't anything that required that much attention. Now, I know where they were going. I don't know why they were there. I don't know what they were doing. They had no business being there. There's a private road here, and we are the only people living on it. Now, they turned around, and the only other people that had any business being here, I had the contact number. Like I said, we're the only ones living here, but there isn't other people that have business here, okay? As soon as it was late enough, I got on the phone and I called them. I said, look, this is what happened this morning. We had talked before about a gate. This was early in the morning, and they were checking me out. So within a couple of days after that happened, because I was up and I was paying attention to my horse, she was cluing me in. Arrangements were made. Within a couple of days, there was a gate put up, and not a little wimpy gate like a farm gate. This is a serious gate. So we haven't had any problems since. But I just want to let y'all know that you got animals and they're hyper focused on something, check it out. And yes, I do have some other security. Let's just say a certain item is no longer under lock and key. And is at ready access for me. And there will be additional things going up. So, anyway, just wanted to share that with you. It's a brief story. Take security seriously, people. And you know what? Your livestock is part of your security. Pay attention.